How did the most successful people in history achieve their wealth? Were they lucky? Were they smarter than everyone else? No, they weren't much different than you at all. To become rich or achieve any of your goals, no matter how daring, you need to have a well-thought-out plan that will get you from where you are now to where you want to be. This is a simplified version of what you're about to read. The 13 Steps to Riches will take you on a journey from identifying your biggest goals, down to the smallest detail, to relentlessly working to achieving them. Questions this book answers. 1. How to gain financial independence. 2. How can I fulfill my dreams? 3. How can I overcome my fear of failure? 4. How to remain perseverant and motivated when faced with defeat. How many times have you looked at a rich, successful person and thought to yourself how lucky they were and felt envious toward their achievements? We are tempted to believe that some things other people can do are impossible for us because we can't imagine ourselves doing the same. We hold on to these kinds of beliefs, and we convince ourselves of our own limitations. That's because we tend to measure life's possibilities by our own beliefs of what can and cannot be achieved. However, in order to be successful, achieve our most ambitious goals, we must let go of what we believe our limitations to be and harness the power of our thoughts. This power will help us translate into reality our wildest dreams, but it can do the same for our worst nightmares. What we believe ourselves capable of achieving, whether that's very little or a whole lot, we will eventually have. Every successful man or woman started their journey with a dream, a wish for a great career, fortunes, or some other worthy goal. But they would not have gone beyond wishing had they not had a burning desire to fulfill it. This desire fueled them through thick and thin to persevere until success was in their reach. This is also the case of a simple man, from humble beginnings, who went on to achieve his life's dream of becoming Thomas Edison's business partner. Edwin C. Barnes had this mighty desire, especially considering that it was the height of Edison's career, and Barnes had never met the great inventor. In fact, he had so little money at the time that he couldn't afford a train ticket and had to travel on a freight train to New Jersey, where Edison lived. It's not enough to desire success or riches. You must be so consumed by it that you're willing to cut any source of retreat and put all your energy into achieving that goal. Barnes did just that. He left everything behind and used what little money he had to get himself to Edison's company. All the while, Barnes could envision himself standing in front of Edison asking for an opportunity to become his business partner. He got a job in the inventor's company, a menial one at that, yet for 5 years Edison never noticed him. However, Barnes' desire continued to burn, seeing himself already having fulfilled his dream. Eventually, the opportunity came, and Barnes was there to meet it. He became Edison's business partner, achieving his life's most ambitious goal. The difference between Barnes and anyone else who aspires for great success is that his desire was definite. He had absolute faith that he would achieve it and was relentless in pursuing that desire. While having a strong desire to achieve a goal is vital to success, it will never lead to greatness unless it's backed by faith. It's faith that kept Barnes going for 5 years before he had the opportunity to prove himself worthy of being Edison's associate. And it will keep you going through the hardest times. Your subconscious mind responds to your beliefs, whether they're positive or negative, and transforms them into the emotion of faith. In short, what you tell yourself about yourself will eventually be materialized in one form or another. Telling yourself you're not good enough for a particular goal will most definitely materialize in real life, and you will not achieve it. However, convincing your subconscious mind that you are not only worthy of your desired goal but that you will realize it, will lead you to have full faith in your desire. Faith adds emotion to your thoughts. Hence, whenever someone thinks themselves destined for failure, or that they don't think anything will become of any of their dreams, they will certainly not achieve anything. That is why it's imperative that when you think about your desires, that you do so with positive emotion. If this seems easier said than done, remember that you are entirely in charge of your thoughts, and you can change your thoughts through autosuggestion. When you concentrate your thoughts on a desire and your ability to make that desire into reality, these thoughts will permeate through to your subconscious. From here, faith rises. Through autosuggestion, you can undo any negative feelings you might have in regards to your abilities and stop doubting yourself altogether. There is a famous saying that knowledge is power. You'd be surprised to learn that this is, in fact, false. Knowledge is mere potential waiting to be organized into definite plans of action toward a clear goal. Then, knowledge becomes power. There are 2 types of knowledge, generalized and specialized. To achieve your burning desire, you need specialized knowledge. It is the backbone of all sound ideas, and thus, if you don't have it, you must know where and how you can get it. Knowledge becomes power when it's directed toward a definite purpose, but that knowledge doesn't need to be in the mind of only one person. Having a mastermind group, i.e., aligning yourself with people who have different specialized knowledge, will give you access to a wider range of valuable skill sets and abilities. This, in turn, means that your ideas will be better put to practice. We are often tempted to think that imagination only aids in creative mediums, writing, painting, composing, etc. However, without imagination, civilization would not be anywhere near where it is today. There would not have been an industrial revolution without the people who imagined a future in which it existed. No field would be as advanced as it is today without the imagination of pioneers and visionaries. Imagination has 2 forms, synthetic and creative. It's through the former type that one can arrange old concepts and experiences into new combinations, come up with ideas, and create definite plans to make those ideas come to life. Ideas are the starting point of all success stories. They are also products of our imagination. An idea, no matter how far-fetched it might currently seem, will become a reality once it's combined with a definite purpose and definite planning. In short, imagination turns abstract desire into concrete plans of action. It's possible that the plan you come up with, while it may seem foolproof, might fail. This doesn't mean that your desire is unattainable or that success is impossible for you. It's merely a sign that your plan is not as flawless as you thought it was. Don't quit at the first sign of defeat. Instead, build a new, better plan and try again with persistence. This is the major difference between those who achieve success and see their dreams come true and those who fail. The number one enemy you will probably face on your way to making your dream come true is procrastination. Procrastination manifests itself in many ways, one of the most common being a lack of decision. A lack of decision is one of the main reasons why people fail, while also causing them to be easily influenced by others. So, a definite plan will help you achieve your desire through definite decisions and actions. These would amount to nothing, however, without persistence. Persistence will likely be the deciding factor in whether or not your dreams come true. It's also the easiest quality to forget, though also the easiest to conquer. But in order to do so, you must stay the course when met with failure. Most people take defeat as a sign that their goals are not worthy. It's true, it is much easier to give up than it is to dust yourself off and try again when your plan fails. No matter how experienced you are, how strong your mastermind group is, persistence cannot be substituted by either. It will be sustained, however, by your burning desire. The more determined you are to achieve success, the more persistent you will be. You can build persistence, of course, and there are only 4 steps you need to take. A definite purpose backed by a burning desire, a definite plan and continuous action, a mind that is closed to any negativity and discouraging thoughts and influences from the outside world, an alliance with people who will encourage you to follow through with your plans. These steps are very important not just in building persistence, but they will also help you overcome discouragement. So, keep them close by when you embark on your way to achieving your most ambitious goals. There are many ways in which one can define the concept of power. In the context of achieving great success, power is organized effort. In other words, directing specialized knowledge and definite plans toward transforming a desire into reality. A sure way of gaining more power is through the mastermind principle. It's based on the idea that if you surround yourself with the counsel and cooperation of people who possess the knowledge and experience you need, you'll have the power to achieve success. Simply put, the mastermind is the harmonious coordination of effort and knowledge between 2 or more people who are working towards a definite purpose. When people with complementary skill sets and experiences unify their effort towards a common goal, they are unstoppable. There is also an abstract side to the concept of the mastermind, one that has more to do with people's flow of energy than with knowledge. The energy of 2 or more brains is much more powerful than a single brain. Therefore, 2 minds that come together will form a third mind that is better than the original 2. Using this principle, it becomes obvious why having capable individuals around you would yield more power than if you were to go on a journey to success on your own. We tend to think of sexual energy as having a purely physical outlet. This, of course, has led to some biases when it comes to sex drive and desire. It's important to note that sexual energy is very different from sexual activity. Think of it as one state of energy of many others that have the same source, but different ways of manifesting themselves. Thus, sexual energy can be transformed into creative imagination, turning mediocrity into genius. How is this achieved? By shifting the mental focus from mere physical sexual expression to other, creative forms of expression. This doesn't mean a life of celibacy. It means that instead of acting on sexual desires in a physical manner, one can channel that energy into other creative efforts. Those who master this transformation can unlock the most elusive faculties of the human mind, creative imagination, the sixth sense. This is a testament of how truly powerful transmutation of sexual energy can be. Contrary to popular belief, the subconscious mind is not an obscure place that cannot be accessed and that has a powerful effect on your whole personality. You might be surprised to learn that you can direct your subconscious mind toward any goal or purpose through positive thoughts and by actively planting your desires into it. The subconscious mind works with any material and stimuli it receives, whether it's positive or negative. It may seem that this makes the subconscious difficult to control, but it actually gives you an advantage. You can choose what stimuli you give it. For example, if you're dominated by a fear of failure when embarking on a new project, that fear enters and influences your subconscious, eventually becoming reality. Conversely, by choosing to fill your mind with positive emotions and thoughts, these will eventually become strong enough to dominate your subconscious. Once you make this a habit, you will be driven towards your goals by positivity, and negative thoughts will be kept at bay. There is a lot of mystery surrounding the concept of the sixth sense. However, it's merely creative imagination manifesting itself. To reiterate, this form of imagination is one that many people may never access during their lives. The reason is that, unlike synthetic imagination, the sixth sense comes from within our own minds, through mind development and meditation. Therefore, it can't be easily described, either. It's what creative geniuses refer to when they describe the process of creation itself. Some might liken it to the universe speaking through them. It's this sixth sense that allows some people to access amazing ideas that seem to almost come from the future. Think of some of the ideas that helped bring forth the Industrial Revolution and what the world looked like before it. The sixth sense will not only allow you to see the possibilities that the future might hold for humankind, but you'll also be able to foresee dangers and avoid them in time. Anyone who's ever wanted to start an ambitious project, but eventually didn't, will attest to how their fears have held them back. There are many fears that can get in the way of us reaching our goals, all of which are without a doubt conquerable. In order to cure any illness, one must understand its source. Similarly, we must find the source of our fears so that we may rid ourselves of them. There are 6 basic fears that we all suffer from in some form or another. The fear of poverty, the fear of criticism, the fear of ill health, the fear of loss of someone's love, the fear of old age, the fear of death. All these fears are states of mind that, if uncontrolled, will eventually end up dominating our lives. One can't lead a healthy, happy life while in constant fear of death. And one can definitely not achieve great success while in constant fear of failure. These fears have many symptoms, but the one they all have in common is worry. Worry is brought on by indecision due to the fear that we've allowed to control our minds. Thus, the antidote to fear is the decisive action to not worry. If you're overcome with fear of criticism, decide to not worry about what other people might think about you. If fear of poverty is your enemy, decide that you will get by with the money you will make. Worrying and stress will never help you reach your goals. As stated in other ideas, the fears that you allow to dominate your subconscious will inevitably translate into reality. Therefore, protecting yourself from the negative influences that give strength to your fears is the best course of action to rid yourself of them. Recognize that you have the power to control your own thoughts and not let other people's negative thoughts influence your mind. See this power to cure yourself of your biggest fears and fulfill your dreams.